I'm Jen Barber, Executive Director and founder of the Talk Institute. Thank you so much for your interest in our programs. Today I'm going to walk you through and explain to you the core of our business, what makes us unique, what makes us different and special. The Talk Institute specializes in parent-child education. So you are going to be able to experience learning with your child. It is such an amazing thing. If you've never done this before, it is so great for bonding, and you're going to feel like you're going to have the opportunities to have some of these conversations, tougher conversations that need to happen with your child. And we're going to create the opportunity for you to do it. And we're going to do it in a safe group environment that's fun with people you know, possibly. If you have your own private class, you can invite all your friends and your child's friends and people who are like-minded. We encourage families to share their family values, and we create opportunities for you to do so. Many of our programs include interviews or games where the parent and child are a pair and have to work together to win. So it's really exciting and fun for the entire family to have this experience together. Both child and parent, I think, are surprised at how good of a time they really do have when they attend our programs. I think they didn't expect for it to be as easy or as fun and not as embarrassing as they thought it might be. Our core curriculum is on sex education, the Talk. So that is where our name did come from. However, what we have found is parents want to have lots of conversations with their kids, not just about sex. This is the one that usually is toughest, that they come to us with, but many groups start with a softer topic or want to do continuing education. After the sex conversations, they want to learn more, they want to experience learning with their child again. Our families remember this class. I think they'll remember it forever. Don't we all know how we learned about puberty? And if you were able to learn about it in a way that wasn't awkward or embarrassing, with your friends, with your parent, and they were there to tell you, yeah, I had that experience too, or when I was young, this happened to me, and it just helps kids bond with you when you share stories that are about your growing up and you're relating to them. And we really just create the opportunities for you to do so. So when a controversial issue does come up, we make sure that we say some people believe this, some people believe that. This is a great thing to talk about with your parents on the way home from class tonight. So we make sure that we make sure that the child is referring to you about the values that you believe in your household. And we just try to stay neutral as much as possible on those subjects. It is also very normal for your child to not be especially excited to be joining this class. This can be depending how old your child is and when we get them. They may have already learned that you don't talk about sex with your parents. Some kids just believe that, and if you haven't practiced it in your household yet, they probably don't have the skills set necessary to have that conversation with you. Something so awkward and embarrassing as sex. A lot of adults can't talk about it, and we want our 10-year-olds to. So we need to practice, and what the Talk Institute does is it allows the opportunity for you to do that. And it's so much fun. You get to experience learning with your child. You get to be there next to them when they're hearing about this information. It's kind of fun to watch their faces, okay? Let's just face it. That's something you'll remember the rest of your life. It really is such an amazing experience, and I'd like for some of our participants to tell you a little bit more about their experience. So we're going to watch a couple of testimonials so you can really see and understand what the power of this program. It's really amazing, and we hope you join us. Thank you.
Like in 6th and 7th grade, when you learn about like family life, they're just going over the basics, and then in 8th grade you learn about it more. But 6th and 7th grade, it's like you have so many kids and so many different personalities that the teachers just start laughing. They can't explain it to you. So like I didn't learn anything from my 7th grade teacher. So it's just like that was like a total waste of
It's too uncomfortable for him.
And Zoe, you've been organizing the class for several years now.
what have you seen from, like, what kind of feedback have you gotten from parents over the years, or even some of the kids that you've seen 5-6 years later now? What sort of things have you heard?
You know, it's funny because when the information first goes out, or people start talking about it, they're not really sure what it's all about. And I think some parents are a little uncomfortable, or thinking it's going to be uncomfortable to do this with their child.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the people that sign up and do this class are so amazed and so impressed and so appreciative and glad that they did the class,
Mm-hmm.
and that their child did learn all that they did, then they start talking about it and telling other people. Then I start getting phone calls from people saying, I wish I signed up, can you have another class?
Mm-hmm.
And then I did talk to a boy who was 8th grade when he took the class with his mom. Came into the room, this last place he wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
It was all over his face. He just did not want to be here. And then a few years later, actually, when he was in college, I talked to him and I asked him, I said, I remember back when you were in 8th grade and you did not want to do this class. On that first night, you did not want to be there. I said, but now looking back, what do you think? And he said it was the best thing his mom has ever made him do, now that he's away at school, in college. And he said just the knowledge that he gained just is the best.
Do you think parents should enroll their kids even when they are not wanting to take it? And
Absolutely. My daughter didn't want to take this.
saying no.
She was like, we talk all the time. I'm like, yeah, but there's things that I can't explain to you the way this class can explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think definitely, and like my daughter said, she learned a lot from it and she enjoyed it once she got in here. And I think that'll happen with other children too.